I feel like I owe everybody an apology. My real name is Joe, and I've been living with leukemia for 11 years.
If you've ever cried watching pro wrestling, don't blame yourself. The emotional roller coaster that it puts us on as viewers is something you get used to over time, whether it's something that happens in a fictional storyline or something that happens in real life to our most beloved performers on screen. Real moments can bring out real emotions in all of us. Here are 10 moments that made wrestling fans cry. Number 10, Daniel Bryan's retirement. Although WrestleMania 31 in 2015 saw Bryan win the Intercontinental Championship, he wasn't able to run with it the way he would want it, as he suffered an unfortunately timed concussion. It was setback after setback, as only a year before, he was forced to vacate the WWE Championship after yet another triumphant WrestleMania victory. Little did fans know that the injuries were not temporary. They were the end of the road for him at the time in WWE. When it came time to announce his retirement against his will in February 2016, fans simply couldn't hold back the tears, as he repeatedly expressed his gratitude on Monday Night Raw in a very memorable scene. It represented an authentic connection between him and the fans who were with him throughout his turbulent career. Thankfully, in another emotional scene that brought back happy tears, he was able to return to in-ring action just 2 years later. Number 9, Ric Flair's retirement. Flair's retirement from WWE as an in-ring competitor at WrestleMania 28 and the following night on Raw was pulled off with near perfection. Every single match building to the big showdown with Shawn Michaels threatened Flair's career, though it was predictable that you knew he would end it all at Mania. The way it ended was meaningful. Flair standing up with his dukes up for one more clash on his final wrestling legs. Shawn Michaels tuning up the band for the super kick of all super kicks, saying, "I'm sorry, I love you," and ending his career in pure, beautiful, artistic fashion. Even Flair couldn't control the tears as he was pinned. The following night on Raw, Flair was greeted with a parade of heroes, everyone from his past in the NWA, WCW, to all the way up to the present, with his family obviously feeling those emotions at ringside. Number 8, Macho Man-Miss Elizabeth reunited. WWE fans loved Macho Man Randy Savage and his main squeeze Miss Elizabeth back in the heyday of 80s WWE. While their relationship off-screen was far from perfect and they did get divorced as a real-life couple, fans still were disheartened with the idea that sensational Sherry was now with the then Macho King in 1989. This wasn't the Macho Madness we fell in love with. The story culminated after almost 2 years with Scary Sherry officially ditching Savage at WrestleMania 7 after he lost to the Ultimate Warrior in a career-ending match, one that some consider to be the Ultimate Warrior's best pay-per-view performance. Many of today's fans don't realize how loud that pop was when Miss Elizabeth ran down and attacked Sherry, yes, saving Randy from her, reuniting with her love and making fans cry tears of joy. Number 7, Edge's sudden retirement. In 2011, rumors began to emerge that Edge was going to be forced to call it quits on his storied career. Having done it all and won it all, his last match at the time was against Alberto Del Rio at WrestleMania 27, a match where he claimed he couldn't even feel one of his arms. At this point, Edge had dealt with neck issues and numerous other injuries throughout his Hall of Fame career. Edge revealed that he was also on borrowed time for 8 years. The damage he had sustained was simply too risky for him to continue to perform. Just a week after his final match, he announced his retirement, with many fans in tears at the prospect of an abrupt and sudden ending of a legendary career. 9 years and a lot of medical treatments later, he triumphantly returned to the ring at Royal Rumble 2020 in one of the loudest reactions we've heard in years. Number 6, Owen Hart. The accident that led to the passing of Owen Hart in 1999 at the Over the Edge pay-per-view is still remembered as one of the most unfortunate and saddest nights in the history of professional wrestling. The following night, WWE held their weekly Raw broadcast, but dedicated it completely to Owen Hart in his memory, with many superstars sharing beloved memories of him and their times together. This was a rare glimpse as fans got to see larger-than-life superstars shed their personas and simply be humans sharing serious emotions with fans around the world. The night ended with Stone Cold Steve Austin paying tribute to Owen. Number 5. The Undertaker's big send-off at WrestleMania 33. When it was revealed that The Undertaker vs. Roman Reigns would close out WrestleMania 33, good old JR returning to commentary, it all just led up to some people thinking this meant more than just a big match. WWE was going all out to establish Roman Reigns as the hero babyface of the company and was even willing to put The Undertaker on the chopping block to get that done. On paper, Roman Reigns winning and passing the torch as a special moment is something we've seen before as a tradition within wrestling, but some fans simply just weren't buying into it. Instead, we got a painful 23-minute match where the younger star was believed to be getting Undertaker through the match, who was visibly dealing with some issues in the ring. Some fans were deflated, others confused, as Reigns won the match in an unexpected nature. But the deflation continued and turned into tears as The Undertaker stood in the ring, removed his gloves and jacket and hat, and left it all there, making it seem like this was the last time we would see him. Though it would not be the final performance for him, many people felt this was the last time you'd see Undertaker in a major one-on-one match. Number 4. Shawn Michaels' retirement. The Heartbreak Kid had a one-of-a-kind wrestling career in 2 significant parts. One where he was a young, rising star working his way up to becoming WWE's top attraction, but was also considered to be a locker room issue, notorious for all the different political underpinnings that have become a part of wrestling's folklore. The second part saw him return gloriously as a well-tuned wrestling veteran who got some of the best matches out of his career as a born-again Christian whose selfish sacrifice made new superstars and a new generation of talent. The years leading up to his retirement were memorable, and The Undertaker, connected for years with HBK's history, was the perfect opponent to send him off into the sunset at WrestleMania 26. And fans were in tears as WrestleMania 26 closed in the desert with an emotional moment of HBK walking up that aisle for the last time as an in-ring performer in WWE. And we're not going to talk about that 2018 comeback. Yeah, that was just a one-off thing. Number 3, Lilian Garcia sings the national anthem after 9/11. The 9/11 terrorist attacks understandably came as a shock to the system of everyone in the United States of America. WWE understood the responsibility they had just 2 days following the attack. On September 13th, on an episode of SmackDown, it became a patriotic tribute to all as a sense of hope and encouragement. The night is best remembered for Lilian Garcia's unforgettable rendition of the American national anthem, pulling in even members of the WWE roster to tears and millions watching across the world and around the country. Number 2, Roman Reigns' unfortunate announcement. There was a singular moment when over the 3 years of hatred towards Roman Reigns as the pushed upon, up on a pedestal babyface that vanished in an instant. On October 22, 2018, the polarizing Roman Reigns became just Joe Anawahi to the fans watching around the world as he shockingly announced that he was battling leukemia for the second time in his life and was forced to vacate the WWE Universal Championship. It resulted in an outpouring of support for Roman and the WWE locker room, many of who couldn't hold back their emotions as Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins embraced on the stage. It was important to remember at this time, it wasn't clear if Reigns would even be able to return to a normal life, let alone wrestling again, like he would, and become, yet again, one of the top names in all of WWE. Number 1, Eddie Guerrero. The passing of Eddie Guerrero was a very, very sad time in November of 2005, and perhaps those emotions were all present when WWE presented a tribute show to him on Monday Night Raw. All storylines were halted, and the entire night was just about everyone getting together to pay tribute to Latino Heat. Fans collectively mourned the loss. While the show was difficult to watch, WWE and the talent in the ring put on an incredible job paying their tribute to one of the all-time greats.